Guys, I got to do a little bit of light maintenance on the trailer today on this reefer unit. It's a Carrier 7500 X4, and thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you what to do if you run the reefer out of fuel or if your reefer gels up in the wintertime. Easy to say, don't run it out of fuel, but sometimes you pick up a trailer that somebody else dropped or pick up a trailer from a customer and it ran out of fuel, and then it's your problem. So we'll go over today how to get that thing started and what to do if you gel up. So I need to change the fuel filter today is what I'm setting out to do. So that'll kind of give an opportunity to show what to do if the thing gels up. Chances are you don't carry a spare filter, but if you're an owner operator, if it's your trailer, you should. And let's do that first. Okay, so if you gel up, first thing you're probably going to have to do is pull the fuel filter off here, and you're going to need some like 911 or something to dump in it. If you have a new filter, you're going to want to change it. I'm changing the filter anyway, so just we'll use the new filter with fresh fuel. You may have to dump some fuel out to get the 911 in there. Alright, once you got your new filter full of fuel, or your old filter with some anti-gel or 911 in it, whatever treatment you choose to use, you're gonna spin that baby back on. And if you're putting just the 911 in a gelled up system, filter here or whatever, you're going to need to leave it sit for a while for it to do its job before you try to start it. Alright, so once we got the filter changed, you won't necessarily have to do that if you run it out of fuel, but if it's bad enough and there's not enough fuel in the filter, you might want to add some in there. Then what we want to do here is right on the bottom of this pump here, there's a nut. We can take a wrench. This is actually a bolt in here. Crack that loose. Now there's washer in here, crush washer. You can reuse it, so be careful not to use it. There's one on the top, one on the bottom. If you put it back together and it leaks, you're going to need to get a new one. See, there's a little screen in here. What we're going to do is pull that screen out and clean it with some carb cleaner. What you want to do is just take your pliers here, and we're just grabbing the tip of that, and then it'll come loose. There we go. Once you get it loose, you can spin it out by hand. See, we got some black sludge in here. That's why I'm cleaning this. I got some bad fuel, and not necessarily looking to do a full service on the reefer here, but I wanted to make sure I got good fuel flow. So I recommend you use carb cleaner on this rather than brake clean or ether, but you can. It's not hurt anything. Alright, I ran out of carb cleaner while I was doing that, so I had to use a little bit of ether. But if you do that, I just want to make sure I let this dry really good before I put it back in. And it'll go back in same way it came out. If you get confused, you got those little slots in the top. I see I missed a little bit there inside there, so I'm going to clean that up quick. Alright, I got this screen nice and clean, so we'll just tuck her back in there, thread it in by hand, and I'm just going to snug it up with the pliers. We're not going to crank on it because we definitely don't want to break that. We're just going to make it tight is all. It's hard to get a hold of just the tip of that. There, it's in there, it's tight. Might need to clean up your washers. This is nice and clean, so we can put that back in. Make sure we don't lose our washers. And then we just want to snug that up. If you go too tight, you can crack the fitting here. We don't want that. There, we just snugged it up is all. Careful too, if you're using a big wrench, you might not know how snug you got it. Alright, so there's that. And then, if you're running out of fuel, what you need to do is open this bleeder valve here. And then, this is how we're going to hand prime it, right here. With this plunger. Now this can take a while. This could take up to, God, who knows, depends on how bad you run it out of fuel. I mean, it could take you a half hour or more to get this going. You just got to keep plunging until it gets hard. You can, if you need to see if there's fuel coming, you could pop this line off of here and see if any fuel squirts out or whatever, but I didn't run this out of fuel. I was just changing the filter, so it'll start. And then when you feel like you're ready, just screw this back in. It'll start to plunge kind of hard. And it can take a while because you got to draw fuel from the tank all the way up the line into the system here. Then close your bleeder valve. If you leave the bleeder valve open, it'll still start. But just remember to close it when you're done. And then what we got to do is just flip the reefer on and run it. It's going to probably run rough for a little bit till it gets all the air out of the system, if you did run it out of fuel or whatever. So, but if you try to start it and it won't start, you're just going to have to come back here and plunge it some more. So when you get it started, just come back, check for leaks here, check your fuel filter for leaks, and then you're good to go. If you gelled up, make sure you get some 911 in the fuel tank right away, and hopefully you got a good battery to keep trying to start it. So, all right, hope that tip helped. Hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you next time.